Stillwater's Morning Scramble, it's 9:25. Steve Daniels and Stephanie Gudgel is hanging around here. Amy Jo's off to the Grand Canyon. She was trying to learn to yodel, and it's like, I don't think it worked like that out there.
We had a little trio going, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. You've been to the canyon, right?
I have never been. I've been by the Grand Canyon. I know. That is definitely on my bucket list.
What's going on? We mentioned downtown Stillwater. You know, one thing that I'm referring to the mayor once again was he explained yesterday how even though you have titles, you're with the Stillwater Community Center, but you work a lot with Amy Jo and with downtown and all. And they've sort of stripped the fact that, okay, this is what you do, and the fact that everybody's helping one another now. And that's a different approach, isn't it?
We definitely do. You know, Amy Jo worked for Parks and Recreation. She was a recreation supervisor and did the special events, and she managed the pool prior to going to the bid. And, of course, the community center has now moved under Parks and Recreation. We've been there about 4 years now, and it has been really good for us in the resources available to us. But everybody just pitches in. It's just, you know, and I say this, I wish there could have been a little camera in our Boomer Blast meeting yesterday. And, you know, you often wonder how communities plan for these types of events, you know, and it's such a good group of people working together. And it's almost like we complete each other's sentences. I know that sounds a little sappy, but it works so well. And we have such a good time doing it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just, right. And then we just know it's going to get done. It's just so cool. And to work with Amy Jo and of course the downtown, it's fun for us because, you know, the entertainment side of it, working with artists and music and that kind of, it's just what we do. We definitely go out and we ask for suggestions, and we want people to have a part in that, you know, so that we want to bring to them what they're going to enjoy. If that makes sense. So we listen to, I mean, we're always getting phone calls. We're always getting emails, just suggestions for different things. And we love that because certainly, you know, that's what we're here for. So in that sense, yeah, we're just one big happy family. I know, like I said, but it's just, we have a really good time doing it. So
it helps, doesn't it?
It really does. It does.
And when you're looking at everything that's going on downtown right now, and I see you guys when they get down here and they're going out and they're checking out the telephone poles and everything else. Because you got to find power for everybody.
We do, and you know that's probably one of the biggest challenges that we have is we have a lot of good ideas, and moving. You know, if we're able to, you know, when you set up on 7th Street between Husband and Main Street, you want to make sure that you set the like she talked about earlier, that you set the music so it's not overpowering the whole block, because people like to visit. And you know, when you've got that music blaring at you and you can't hear over the, you know, the food trucks, you tend to create a lot of noise. So we try to really think all of that through. But then it comes down to where your power is, you know, where that pole is with power, we plug it in and it turns on. So, you know, a lot of that does have to go into play. This year for Boomer Blast, we are actually going to be moving. It's going to be a little bit different setup this year. We're going to be moving the actual music portion of it up to more towards the playground area. So we're trying to reach a broader area of people out there. So we're going to try something a little bit different. We're going to have music going most of the evening, really create that energy. You know, we're celebrating 125 years of Stillwater. Really exciting this year. So we're trying to create atmosphere and energy and just make this a fun event for everyone. So, you know, we start off that morning. It's right around the corner. We're definitely getting to watch the extended forecast now. No rain. We don't want any rain the day before, because if that happens and there's too much rain, you know, the parking areas are too wet for us to park. So we definitely want no rain, and we want low winds. So we'll take the 95. That definitely is.
Do you get lots of ideas about what you should do during the Boomer Blast?
We do, and
because I have a great one.
Okay.
If we just add to it.
Okay.
The Boomer Blast and Skeet Shoot.
Well, I don't know about that.
And it's all going up at about the same proximity. Just something to think about.
Something to think about. Okay, I'll definitely put that on the list. But you know, we do have an area around Boomer Lake. It's actually what we call the fly zone. You know, where we anticipate those fireworks to actually go off. And I don't know if skeet shooting would fall.
You're thinking about it though now.
Yeah.
Now think about that. Wouldn't that work?
No. No. We would have things. We would have those. Well, as long as
clay pigeons.
The clay pigeons. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you might have some of that, and somebody could get shot, I suppose. Other than that, the drawbacks are minimal.
I'll put that on the list,
okay.
Steve. we'll see where that falls. But no, that morning we have the fishing tournament. You know, I talked about this last year. This last year was my first year to attend, and it was so much fun. We had about 50 families that attended. It's $15 to participate, and it's a four-person team, 4 family members, and it can be aunts, uncles, grandmothers, brothers, sisters, you know, however you want to combine that. Any age group, come on out. The registration is at 5:30 a.m. and then it starts at 6 o'clock. I know that's a little early, but it is beautiful. And I tell you what, the families have so much fun. But this year we've decided to extend it. Nobody wanted to leave at 11. About 11:30. We had weigh in at 11. And everything was done at about 11:30. Nobody wanted to leave. So this year we're going to have a cookout. We're going to have hamburgers and hot dogs, and that's all included in your registration, so you don't have to pay anything extra. And then we're going to have a bouncy house for the kids. So before it gets way too hot that afternoon, you can come out and be a part of that. So it's just, you know, we're looking at ways to, you know, when you get into the middle of the afternoon, if it's anywhere 95, 100 degrees, you're really not going to have much of a crowd out there. So we're really trying to organize this where we can hit as many people as we can in the morning, and then we'll kick back in at 6 o'clock that night. I think the parking lot's open at 5:45, 6 o'clock, and you can start coming in. We'll have music going, and then fireworks will start at 9:35.
It's going to be fun, isn't it?
It is, and completely free of charge for that evening. We have great community sponsors. You know, this is all the money that goes for these fireworks is donated by the community. And if you will allow me, can I run through the
That'd
list?
be great.
Okay,
Sure.
because we just, you know, we can't do without these sponsors. Arvest Bank, Charlie's Discount Drug, City of Stillwater, Devon Energy, Downtown Stillwater, Kicker, Oklahoma State University, ONB Bank, OnQ, RCB Bank, Stillwater Chamber of Commerce, Stillwater Medical Center, Stillwater Professionals Firefighter Local 2095. So it's a professional local firefighter group. They love to participate in this. We have Suddenlink, Tackle Shack. They'll be providing some gift certificates
Very
for the
good.
winners. And all, you know, if I didn't mention before, for the fishing tournament, there isn't somebody that doesn't go away with a prize. That's what's really neat about that event. The Bank and A and Visit Stillwater cannot thank Christy enough for her support of this event. She is our largest sponsor for this event, along with the City of Stillwater. So we want to thank Christy for that. And give me a call, 533-8433, if you want to visit with me about Boomer Blast. If you want any information about the fishing tournament or anything really that we have going on in Parks and Recreation, you know, the pool will be open that day. So I'm sure that they'll have some fun things going on.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for hanging out.
Thank you.
So, hey, that wraps up the Scramble. Thanks to all the guests. We had another parade here. It's a fun show. It went fast for me anyway. And hopefully we'll have another one of those tomorrow. It starts at 7 o'clock. I'll see you then. Robert Allen and Friends coming up next.